always get really jazzed when we can speak with the wonderful actors who create the characters that we make toys out of. But as I've shared in the past, I'm an even bigger indie fan than any other brand. Karen Allen, thank you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. It's fun. We just saw the film, and it's kind of fun to talk about it a little.
And John Rhys Davies, I think dialing in from over in England, right?
Yes, indeed. Can I show you my wonderful view?
Absolutely. Would love to see it. That's awesome. Is that the Thames?
That is awesome.
That's the Thames, and there is
London Bridge there, isn't it? We're going to jump in with Karen, obviously portrays Marion Ravenwood in the films. And of course, in our line, we have a figure of Marion in that iconic white dress. So Karen, I think you have that figure with us. Would you like to unbox it and we can talk about it?
Do you want me to take it out?
Absolutely, yes. We can send you another one if you would like one in pack.
I think, over the years, I have amassed a number of these. But here is this one. Me in my lovely white dress. And it comes with a monkey. I can get it out. Comes with a little monkey.
Hinted at this. This is our retro collection. Came about a few years ago, first time in Indiana Jones, and we're recreating those original toys. Seeing it today, how does it compare to your memories, 40 years ago?
Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine I would ever become an action figure. But I think that was my really amazing moment, was just when I saw it for the first time. I thought, oh my God, I'm an action figure.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, we'll certainly have much more with Karen, but we'll get John into the mix. John, we have a retro collection figure of your character Sala from Last Crusade in that outfit. Would love if you would like to unbox that and we can talk about it.
Unbox it. Oh, dear
That is
Lord.
a term in the toy world, yeah.
Oh, it does come off fairly easily, this one. Ah, look at me. There I am, but this time equipped with a gun. There we are. Look at that.
You will have hours of enjoyment with that. So we talked about this with Karen. Our retro collection includes those recreations of beloved toys from the 80s, but they also include what could have been toys in that styling, and this is a great example. So that figure never existed in the 1980s, but it's been done in the style Kenner might have done for a Last Crusade Sala figure.
There was one very similar to this, but it is an extraordinary experience of seeing yourself in miniature as a toy. Actually, the first one I saw was given to me by a then girlfriend who read, it said something like movable, posable at the shoulders, hips, and knees.
Yep.
And she said, that just about describes your acting, doesn't it?
That's amazing.
I think I threw the doll away. No,
Oh, goodness. So that's our retro collection figures. As Karen mentioned, we have modern figures, our adventure series. And so we're going to see in a second a Marion Ravenwood adventure series figure. Karen, I believe you have that as well, if you want to open that up and we can talk about it.
I do. So here's the box, which is cool. And it's got like little photographs. And you know what's cool about this? And I just discovered it the other day. It's got one of these things where if you get all 5 of these figures, you can put together an arc. So that each one, I guess there's 2 pieces of the arc, which is cool. So that's that. And what was amazing to me when I saw it was how much it really looks like Marion in that early phase. And this is a much bigger, more detailed monkey. All right. Anyway, it's a very cool monkey in the little outfit, the long tail. And I think there's a frying pan in here too, although I'm not finding it right now, but often Marion comes with a frying pan. I think I did see it at one point. And then there are these little great cool pieces of the Ark that you can put together.
Absolutely, yeah. No, I think you mentioned the monkey has articulation. It's, I believe, the smallest character in Indiana Jones with articulation, and certainly one of the smallest in all of our lines. And you mentioned, the face, the photoreal technology is something we started doing with figures a few years ago.
And of course, it's got all this great, movement and such as well.
This is the first time ever we've done Marion in 6-inch form that is this accurate with that photoreal technology, with all of that articulation, highly decoed, amazing sculpt. So how does it compare seeing this modern figure versus the 1980s version?
Well, I just saw it for the first time a few weeks ago, and I got a total kick out of it because it's it's the first one that I feel like actually resembles me as the character of Marion in that film, in Raiders of the Lost Ark. But I mean, all of the detail is amazing. Just, the sandals and the detail in the sandals and detail in the shirt is incredible. Now, the first time I saw it, I got such a huge kick out of it. I'm getting a kick out of just looking at how well made it is, really.
So shifting over, I believe we have one more toy to unbox. Raiders of the Lost Ark, obviously Sala in that film as well, in his Dig disguise. John, I believe you have that Sala figure. Would love to see it and hear your thoughts.
Gosh, it's very hard getting this silly image.
Perfect, right there.
Right there, very good. And look what I've got, Karen.
More.
Oh, you've got is that the top or the bottom? That's the bottom. Cool.
That's the bottom, yes.
Yeah.
I bet that Harrison Ford fella's got the top of it.
The top, probably.
He's got the cherubims, or are they cherubims, or something like that. But anyway, those of us who are
I love this. You got a rope.
But here you are seeing two action figures from very different phases of the character's life. The retro figure we saw from Last Crusade, and this figure from Raiders of the Lost Ark. And then, of course, we know that Sala appears in the upcoming film, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, in the trailer. No spoilers there. John, how was it for you to take Sala through his journey, and how do you see that journey played out in these different figures?
Well, really what struck me first time was the amazing plasticality of these things. I mean, this costume almost could be material. It is a very plasticized plastic. But what I mean is, it feels like material. But I love it.
So we've been discussing action figures, but our line also includes a premium role play Staff of Ra headpiece replica. The piece is obviously a crucial part of the Raiders of the Lost Ark storyline, with both of you interacting with it in some pretty important ways. What's it like seeing this item, and does it bring back any particular memories or emotions?
Well, for me, it really does, because it was the first scene that we shot in the bar in Nepal, and we discover that Marion has it around her neck on a chain, and sort of slowly, takes it off and is deciding, her real journey sort of is what to do with this, to whether to tell him she has it or not, and whether she's going to sell it or not sell it, and what I love about it so much in the film is how they used John Williams' music and this kind of amazing, moody sort of feeling in the bar once she's left there alone. you know that it has some sort of major significance in the story, but we just don't know what yet.
That's awesome. And then John, obviously, you know, you interact with it when we're discovering more of that significance.
They're digging in the wrong place.
Absolutely.
But how lovely to have one on a staff, to be able to put it in the ground in your house and wait for the sun to enter and illuminate exactly the spot. You, my friends, with that headpiece of the staff, you will be able to find the true Ark in the right place.
So obviously the franchise is where it is today because younger audiences loved it in the 1980s. So how do you both feel being part of a brand so beloved by all ages and seeing so many people grow up along with the films?
Action figures were not a thing of my childhood, but they were a thing of my son's childhood. And I really treasure them. I treasure the ones that belong to him. I got kind of caught up in the love of them and started collecting them myself. And, you know, so I think there is this wonderful legacy that surrounds, you know, a beloved film like that with these very rich characters. And then you kind of memorialize them in action figures that, you know, kids can really enjoy and play with. And I think, you know, at this point, there are 5 stories that they can, play with the toys and go off on their own little adventure, Indiana Jones adventures.
I mean, Indiana Jones really creates a new style of filmmaking. Yeah. And you see the extraordinary creative genius.
There's just a resonance, I think, that comes from all of these different layers of the story and layers of the characters. And I mean, it's amazing that 20 some odd years could go by without the 4th sequel. And yet, you know, the film sort of right away somehow was able to gather that audience. Big. You know, the films, as well as all of the, you know, toys and action figures and things that have surrounded them from really the very beginning, you know, have just, I think, just created a deeper and deeper experience. That's a pretty powerful center for a film to have, or a group of films to have, to be able to go away from the story for 20 years, come back and have people still interested in knowing, you know, what's going to happen with these characters.
I think meeting the fans has changed me very considerably. They've taught me so much, really getting to know how unique each one is, how we have impacted on their lives, because we've often come into their lives at a crucial moment. Like, my father has died, and my father and I went and saw Raiders of the Lost Ark. My grandfather and my father and I went and saw that. I haven't come to the great-grandchild thing yet, but certainly the grandchild thing, yes, very much so. And it has taught me how really significant we insignificant actors became to an entire generation, or 2 or 3, and God knows, maybe 4 or 5.
Absolutely.
Generations of filmmakers, of film viewers, fans. Humbling.
How far back does Hasbro go? When was Hasbro
started as a company?
So that's a great question. I promise I didn't plant that. We're actually celebrating our 100th year centennial anniversary right now. Yes, there's a whole amazing history. There's a book about it, but it started off, I believe, as a pencil company and got into toys in the 40s and 50s with Mr. Potato Head. But yeah, they've been around for a while, and obviously very fortunate to be associated with Lucasfilm for going on almost 50 years.
Wow, 100th anniversary. Well, I certainly remember Hasbro toys as a young child.
Yeah.
So I knew I went back at least that far, but wow, that's fantastic. Well, happy 100th anniversary, Hasbro. I'll just
Thank
be
you.
the first
I'll pass
to
it along. Awesome.
Happy 100th anniversary, Hasbro, and send us the book.
Absolutely, yes, I definitely will. So thank you again so much. Again, this has been amazing. So fortunate to have spent this time with you. All of you out in the community, thank you for tuning in and looking forward to seeing the film. Love the Sala figure. Thank you so much, John and Karen, and we will see you again soon. Bye, everyone.
All right, great. Bye. Bye.